changing. It's really a minute since we last kicked. And by the way, just got in time, and I hope that you usually I do this often, but this recruiting isn't an option. You confuse your rain and thunder. Baby, I wonder, put your sweats on for me. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm in late night fire. Let me lay right down on you. Don't hesitate. Hey. What is up, you guys? How are you? How are you? Thank you for showing up. I am so happy to see you guys. What is up? Yay, my comments are coming in like they're supposed to. Because y'all know how it is when I do audio. I miss you guys. How is everyone? How is everyone? I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time to come in. Let me know where y'all at, how you guys are feeling. I almost forgot that when I was doing these episodes a few months ago, I actually wanted to create this thing that we do in the beginning, this like a breathing thing I like to do. And I think it's good because I really think that before you go into other spaces, like spaces with other people, I think it's a really good practice. Okay, honestly, it's a really good practice for you to put on your armor. Everybody, it doesn't matter how deep of an empath you are, or if you're a channeler, super open person. Everybody is at the end of the day, and there's just those of us that are on like levels. But everyone really should do some deep breathing and releasing the energy that they've had throughout the day or from whatever scenario before they step into spaces with people, and that includes conversation. So I don't know if any of you guys remember. I barely even remember how I was doing it exactly on the show. But yeah, let's do that. So we are, all that it is kind of what we talked about on, I think it was the last episode. Someone asked about what kind of breathing techniques do I use, and I talked about breathing in and holding your breath, letting the spinal fluid go up into your brain that feeds your brain. You can look it up. You can look up what spinal fluid does. Jim Carrey has a really good video about this spinal fluid. He doesn't know the scientific term, so he's calling it, I don't know what he's calling it, something like some juice, magic juice or something, but it's spinal fluid. And it has a lot of nutrients and vitamins in it, and it naturally goes up into your brain twice a day. So there's a way that you can make it happen on purpose. And it's really simple. I have a few videos of me and the kids doing this, maybe it's like 2 videos. I should make more, but basically you just you breathe in. So you breathe in, and you breathe in through your abdomen. I guess you can say your abdomen, or you breathe in through your abdomen, like you suck in. So your abdomen should go in, and you should be breathing. I guess you can say it's through your nostrils, but your abdomen is going in. So you're sucking in, and you're holding it in. You're holding it. You're holding it. You're holding it, and then you release. So let's do that. As we go forward, I won't have to explain all this, but I do think it's important information, and I'm a super nerd, so I like sharing that kind of shit. So you just sit up straight, This is also really good for your core. This is what I do in my woman tree practices to help women get rid of diastasis recti, to help strengthen your core. Men should do it. It's good for their prostate. Black men have a lot of prostate cancer, like more than other men, supposedly, statistically. Okay, so you're just gonna breathe in. You're gonna breathe in, and you're gonna hold it, hold it, hold it, up, 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 hold it, and release. And that is just a really quick technique to let everything go that's inside of you. Let's do it one more time. So you're gonna breathe in really deep, really deep. Feel your stomach going in. Your navel should be going in towards your back. Breathing in, and release. Good job. So we're gonna do that before all of our episodes. I'll try to remember. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. Today I'm just gonna read. If you guys follow me on Facebook, then you see me talk a lot about. I mean, not really talk a lot about a certain subject, but I write a lot. Right? I do a lot of writing, and I put Earth to School, and I've been doing it on YouTube more lately too. And so basically, I just have these things that just come to me. Sometimes they're channel messages for the collective, and sometimes it's just my like philosophical mind just wanting to share shit that I believe, right? Or what I think, my philosophies. So I'm going to do a lot of episodes where I share from that because those are a lot of episodes. Like just one post is a whole episode. And people have told me for many years that I need to turn my post into a book. So there was a subject that I wanted to speak on, and then I was like, well, I did write on that today. So let me just start by reading what I wrote, and then we'll go from there. And the subject is basically the art of letting go, or the law of letting go. And I normally have bullets, and I don't have bullets. So let's see how this flows. So today I said, people with goals and big dreams, please get into the habit of remembering that will switch it up on you and give you obvious reasons to let them go. You aren't losing at all. Try to be excited about it because it means you are closer to what you've been asking for. Try to come to terms with the fact that that not everybody in your circle is supposed to, nor are they deserving or ready to be present when these next big wins come in. Everybody's on their own journey. Be okay with shedding off friends and family to make way for better and new connections, while the process of what you have been asking for is constantly unfolding. I had to let go of so many people in my life that looking back, there's absolutely no way those individuals would have made sense being here where I'm at today and where I'm headed. Everybody plays their part for the time they are meant to. Be excited about your new future without them, and keep your eyes on the prize. Earth is School. And so, hey, Shantara Robinson, I'm sorry, and Survival Chick. How y'all doing? And so, yeah, I wrote this just in the state of mind of thinking about the the sadness, the anger, the resentment, the pain that us humans experience when people act different with us, right? When people switch it up, when people just mistreat us, maybe they're not even switching up, that's just how they've been with us. That's how we've allowed, or that's the position that we've been in with them. And when you get to the point where you're like, okay, this is a lot. This is too much. And I don't know how, or maybe you do know how, I need to let this connection go. Or your thought process might even be like, um, I really have to find a way to get out of this connection. Or it might be like, there's no way that I can stay in this connection. This connection is definitely ending. Dang, like I hate this. I'm going to miss this person. This is really hurting me. This person is really, being toxic about it. Any of these feelings. I'm trying to go through the thoughts that we have. And all these different things that we go through. They're acting funny. They're being this way with me, yada, yada, yada. Really valid feelings. Sometimes you want closure. You want to know why. That's a really, really big thing. We always want to know why. Um, and so I just wanted to remind us that you really have to get into the habit of remembering that everything happens for a reason. I know I sound like a broken record. Y'all always see me saying divine timing. This is divine. And I almost hate how like the spiritual hippie community, whatever, has like we've trended these things. Like it's a trend now, because hearing divine timing to me is like hearing the word love or hearing the word friendship, or all these different words that we use so much that they're watered down. So we don't really understand the depths of them. And divine timing is like a really important statement or term. Like this shit is actually real. Things really are happening at the exact moment that they're supposed to happen, like not a second earlier or later, in the exact way that they're supposed to unfold. So if you understand that, it really takes this programming and this remembrance that because of that truth, if you believe that source, that God makes no mistakes, then you have to understand why it is that this connection had to end. You also have to grasp or accept that it does have to, and it is actually a good thing. It looks like you're losing opportunity. It looks like you're missing out on this and that, and this person is going to be affected, and these people or whatever. It looks like this big crazy thing. It looks like, oh, what could it have been? Like I wanted it to be this. Our expectations that we subconsciously put on every single person that we meet. But now, if you believe that everything happens the way it is supposed to, if you believe in divine timing, if you believe that there are no mistakes here, only lessons and blessings, then you got to know that this is an accident. And you're just getting caught up in your human way of trying to control this thing. Or like I said, sometimes we want to get closure. Often, I think over 80%, we want to know why. Why did you switch it up? Why are you treating me like this? Why? Especially in breakups, but whatever situation. And we can really get caught up in something that is really, not only is it something that's meant to be, but you're going to get over. It's something that is not even going to be a thing for you in like 3 to 6 months, just depending on the connection, what it is, you know. And of course, I'm not speaking about depths. It's not. That's that kind of connection is a whole. It's because it can also be a grievance. Disconnect from people, it most definitely can be a grievance, that we go through. But that's a different kind than having to let people go. So just the art, of letting go, and knowing that it's a remembrance that you have to have. Remember that divine time. I said how try to come to terms. Not everybody in your circle is supposed to, nor are they deserving or ready to be present when these next big wins come. It's almost insane for us to think, like, if you're at a certain level and you're like, I want this clothing line to pop up, I want this business, I want this, I want my marriage, I want everything to be elevated. In your circle all the time is there. Next. It's like what's really happening is that what you've been asking for is really taking place. And so in order for thing to take place, you have to, this person cannot be there, or these individuals cannot be there. The way that you are going to bless them, the way that you would show up for them, the way that you would probably put them in the head of your company or whatever partner or whatever it is. It's so many different, it's just like as many cells as we have in our body are the different combinations of reasons on why this can happen. But it's really, really good to get into the habit of just remembering divine timing and how it's not like that. Like, there's always like neuroscientists say, y'all probably hear me say this a lot, is that we only see, the human mind only calculates 1% of what's really going on. Only 1% of what's happening. So the other percentage is not even like, you got to be a real in tune motherfucker in order for you to really be able to say, okay, there's actually something totally different going on. And that's what's happening all the time, 24/7, never ending. There's always other things going on in the background. So when we have to let people go, and even going further, because we're talking about the art of letting go, not even just people, what about situations or things? Some people deal with like having to let go of their apartments, their homes, something that they really felt comfort in. And it's just like, oh my God, this is so devastating. And then what always happens? You always end up on top. You always come out of that. That's always something in the past, unless you're a person that, holds on to the past. But if you don't, which is why I said keep your eyes on the prize. If you don't hold on to what it looks like, and you open up yourself to the possibilities of the other things that are really going on, you're going to have a different experience. It's inevitable. It's the law of conscious creation. Consciousness, I mean, not conscious, but consciousness. That is creation. And you do that with your thoughts. You do that with your feelings. So if you stay on, oh my God, why does this have to end? Look at this. Oh, this person did me like this. This person ghosted me. Being ghosted is some real bullshit. Let's talk about being ghosted real quick. Being ghosted is not fun. Yo, I don't like being ghosted. I don't like thumbs up text messages. I don't like thumbs up reactions. And I don't like being ghosted. I don't even like when people just thumbs up my posts. Like, I want more intentional connection with that. Than that. I don't like that. It's just connection to me. Like, if I send you a thumbs up, I'm being petty as hell that day. Because I just don't communicate like that. I'm way more intentional. So I don't like when people thumbs up me. I don't like when adults don't know how to communicate and ghost me. But I do feel like it's like a rites of passage. And also the funny thing too is that, where we reflect off of each other. Like, you ever heard there's old shamans and sages that will say like, what you are complaining about, what someone is doing to you is what you've either done or what you're going to do to someone else. So I've posted about that a few times, but I used to not see truth in that. And there is truth. I've definitely ghosted some dudes. Like, I'm not going to lie. I've definitely ghosted some people. And I feel like with valid reason though. Like, this was too much for me and I tried to tell you, or I knew I couldn't. Because I actually will tell you. You better ask somebody. I will be like, hey, I was just calling to cut you off. Yeah. Yeah, it's just not gonna work out. That's me, seriously. So if I end up ghosting you, it's because you gave me such energy that I knew I could not tell you, or I tried or something. But the point of me speaking about being ghosted is because I think that, like, with this subject of letting go, the art of letting go, or the law of letting go, which I'm saying, I'm calling it the law because I think that it is one of the human things that we learn here, or we're supposed to. So when you are ghosted, you don't get closure. I could write a book on this. And not even from no man either. Not even from no man. I don't think I really been ghosted by a man. Like, if he ghosted me, he unghosted me eventually, like without me having to do anything. He just missed me. Okay. But my friendships, most definitely. Most definitely, I've had that experience with women who can't communicate, and it really sucks, especially if you are a communicator. You're like, what the fuck? You know. But it goes with the law of learning to let go, the subject that we're speaking about, because you do have to focus on the prize. You have to keep your eyes on the prize. You cannot get caught up in the why. Just like I was saying, most of the time when we do this, to me, I think it's really in relationships, intimate relationships. When we're like, why, and that why will get you every time. That's the closure part of it. So I just think it's really important to know that that person or those individuals were not supposed to go with you, and that's why. And life just has a funny way of doing it. Life is just not gonna make it like some cool, easy shit. Like it gotta be some extra. But I've always, and I'm so intentional about my life. I'm like, okay, is this what's happening? Okay, it looks like this. Okay, it might be this. What does this mean? And then I would look back, like I was saying in the post, I would look back and be like, oh, like there's no way you wouldn't have been able to come here on this level with me. Like you would have been stopping me. You would have been, like you would have been hating, you would have brought me down, whatever. Or I would have been lifting you much into you and not getting it back, whichever. And so I said everybody's on their own journey. And this is a simple sentence. Everybody's on their own journey. This is such a simple sentence. When I wrote this today, and I write this a lot. If you've been following me, I say this a lot. Everybody's on their own journey. But I say it a lot because I don't think that we pay attention to that enough. I believe that if humans took the time to really remember, get into the habit of saying this person's on their own journey, we would have more understanding of each other, of our actions and our behavior. That means that we wouldn't take everything so personal. And it means that we would have more acceptance. Oh my God, acceptance is so important. So saying to yourself, everybody's on their own journey and believing it, because we have a control issue. Humans, we have a control issue. We want to control everything. And when I say that, people go to the negative, but let me tell you what control really looks like, or attempting to control everything really comes from, or what it looks like, or what it comes from, right? It comes from a really concerned woman that is like overprotective and paranoid. It comes from a man that has had, people switching it up on him and letting him down, and he is trying to protect himself. So he's trying to control the situations. Like that's really, the human thing about us wanting to control everything. The intentions of it is normally not a bad thing. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. Okay, I'll say often it is. But often it's not. Often it comes from another place where we have good intentions. You might be a person that wants peace for everybody. So you're trying to control everybody's narrative. You might be jumping in situations that you shouldn't, advocating where you shouldn't, you know. Ooh, why they just play that song? They're probably they gonna freaking copyright. Um mhm. So yeah, I just think there's something about that, about about the control thing, and needing to accept and say this person is on their own journey. When I'm talking to my children about absent father tea. I just made that word up. It's like a professional way to say um dad that's not around. When I'm speaking to my kids about this, the way that I approach this conversation is that everyone is on their own journey, to really help them understand that it's not personal. It's not personal. It's not like it feels personal, but it's not you, because that's what kids think anyway, that it's them. You know, even when parents divorce, they think it's their fault. But to let them know that it's not personal and everybody's on their own journey. We really do have like this scripted and unscripted, you know, journey, mission. And happens like one thing is always happening for like 1,000 reasons. Like you think you're getting a lesson out of a situation, and there's like 8 other people also getting a lesson and also attached to that situation. It's so deep. That's why Earth is school. So I just gave that example because it's really, really, really important for us to develop the habit of saying that, of understanding that everybody is on their own journey. And so going back to the subject at hand, which is the art of letting go, the law of letting go, when you connect that, this person is on their own journey. It reminds me of how this is how Jesus would have been able to have that mindset of, you know, Lord, forgive them for they know not what they do, or just let that shit go, just let it go and let me focus on the mission, because it's an acceptance, and it's everybody is on their own journey. It really helps you to not be judgmental towards people's journeys, because that's what we're doing when we're trying to control things. You're judgy, instead of just being like, I don't even know, like, or maybe you do know, maybe you know exactly how the person is doing what they're doing, but it's just like that person is on their own journey. That's them. This person is on their own journey. Okay, let me read some comments real quick, and then I'm gonna finish. Right. Yo, I'm gonna be so mad if YouTube copyrights this little bitty second of a commercial in my thing. Like, speaking of YouTube, you guys, please thumbs up if you are enjoying this conversation. Share this live. You can share this live right now on Facebook and other platforms. I don't even know. Thumbs up, and you can hit the button for a super thanks. Supporting your girl in any way is free to share. Letting YouTube know that Earth is school is what's it. Let me see this comment. That's funny. I hate the thumbs up thing, because I do it only when I'm like, yeah, whatever. Exactly. I don't know why people really be acting like there's no such thing as social media etiquette. And there is a thing with social media etiquette. I wanted to write a book on this. I don't know, it might be a book that already exists, but I'm like, there's really a way that we speak online, and people try to act like, oh, that's you're doing too much, you're being petty. No, you're just disconnected. Okay, I know that you don't pay attention to the way you speak in reality if you don't know that thumbs up is rude. If you don't know that thumbs up means what she just said, what Shantara just said, it's yeah, whatever. You need to connect more. You need to plug it in, because you're unplugged right now. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're sending thumbs up when we don't give a damn. I do not like it. Today, actually, this post that I'm reading on, um, it got like a bunch of hearts. Like everybody reacted with the hearts, and I wanted to post. I wanted to take a screenshot of the 16 hearts and say, "This is what I want people." You see this? It's clean. It looks good. It's nothing but love. It's hearts. It's not all that extra shit. Just be intentional. Do you love it or not? That's so funny. But that's just me. That's just some of us, I guess. So everyone is on their own journey. Be okay with okay, hold on, because somebody's at my door and he called and mess up the live. Okay. Okay. So Um, so I said, be okay with shedding off friends and family to make way for better and new connections. So we all know the saying, when one door closes, what? Right? When one door closes, another one opens. I like to say a window opens because it'll be something that you don't even expect. Yes, London Price. Thank you for tuning in. It'll be something that you don't even expect. It's like it's you just don't know. You just don't know how. I mean, I'm saying like you just never know how whenever whenever it's time for someone to leave your life, how easy it is for the people that are supposed to be there to come right in. And it's just one of those things where I'm looking for that. It's just one of those things where you just never know. You have to trust the process. It has to do with accepting, being open. I mean, do you believe that? Do you believe that opportunities are always coming to you? You're not losing. That was the point of this paragraph that I wrote, or a few paragraphs. That was the point of it, was to say you're not losing when you have to cut these people off, when you have to let these people go, or or even a item, or I should say a property or whatever, something really significant to you. It's always something else coming in that is better. Because what are you thinking? Are you thinking that when you're asking for these things, they're just not happening? Are you thinking that when you match your vibration with what you want, and you're determined and you're focused and you're trying, even when you're falling off, it doesn't even take that much, and you've already locked it in. So it is happening. Even if you have times where it doesn't feel like it's happening, that thing that you asked for, it is taking place. And that requires some shifts and some moves. That requires some pieces to the puzzle to be moved around a little bit. And that's what that is. So be okay with shedding, and know that, and I love this part. I said, make way for a better and new connections while the process of what you've been asking for is constantly unfolding. This was so important. I really hope that people got this little part here. While the process of what you've been asking for is constantly unfolding. If this is happening to you, right? If you find yourself in a positions where you have to let these people go, and you thought it was going to be something, and you I don't want to say you're really the victim in this case, but I want to say, like, it's really not you're not the toxic one, right? If it's that situation, then understanding that the process that you asked for is constantly unfolding. It's pretty much what I just said. I kind of just jumped ahead then, because that's what it is. It's constantly taking place. You asked for it. So this is a part of it unfolding. It's constantly, all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in all these different minute gazillion ways. It is happening for you. All the pieces to the puzzle. The banker that is supposed to take out your first, few 20,000, 100,000, a million, what you call it, or supposed to make the first deposit. She's doing her she's making her moves into the position of being able to do that. That's how many things are happening in the background. The person that is supposed to put you on, or supposed to help you in any way to get to that level or open up the door, they are literally living their lives unknowingly, getting closer to the moment and the time and the second of them offering that help, or putting that stamp of approval on the property. Or, do you understand what I'm saying? It's always happening all the time, constantly. And so It's really, really important to know that constantly what you ask for is unfolding. What you ask for, like, great example is me moving here to Senegal. I asked for this year. It will have been 10 years, and I gave myself 10 years, and I made it here in 8 years. So for those 8 years, my life, my existence, everything from me keeping the eyes on the prize of coming here, even with the distractions and everything. I mean, honestly, I really didn't get distracted. I was always like, I'm coming, I'm going to Senegal. But there were a lot of things on the way, right? And so and so basically I had to believe that my reality was constantly unfolding for me to end up in that situation. For the people that didn't end up coming with me, that were supposed to, the mindset they didn't end up coming with me that was supposed to, because I experienced things that changed my mind. It was a part of that process. When we say trust the process, this is what it really means. This is what they meant. I'm explaining it in probably the best details that you'll ever get it. This is what they meant. They meant the homelessness. They meant the divorce. They meant the arguing with the parents and the getting kicked out or whatever. I don't even know. Like all the different scenarios, grieving through deaths, all the things that you are experiencing while you've asked for this thing to take place, it is unfolding. It is unfolding. That is trusting the process. So I love that part. And it's so funny. It's so funny when I write like this because it's really not me. Like it's me. Okay, I don't want to freak y'all out. It's me. But but it's like I really zone. I really go into another zone, and I'm almost taken over. And it's funny because when I go back and read it, it's like, dang, like that was nice. I really needed that. Like it's like as if it wasn't me. And so that's why I love whenever you guys connect with what I write, when a lot of my audience connects with what I write, because it really is for the collective. It's really for us. And it's for me too. So I just love that little part of the message, you know, is, shedding, be okay with shedding off friends and family to make way for better and new connections while the process of what you've been asking for is constantly unfolding. And then I go on to say, I had to let so many people go in my life that looking back, there's absolutely no way these individuals could have made it, right? It just doesn't even make sense. It absolutely right. Like, oh my God, I can just go on and on about how much how much it wouldn't have made sense. And I know you guys can look back on people that you've had to let go that might not have been that easy, and how the accomplishments that you've had, or just the level, just even maybe the location, just what you're doing right now, how much them being in your space would not have made sense for you, right? Let me go on my other thing and make sure that y'all are not leaving comments, because YouTube be hating on me when I'm on audio. Come on. Okay, I want to make sure that I'm not missing any comments. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me. I hope this is making sense. Ask me any questions. This is going to end really quickly, believe it or not. But ask me any questions now so I can answer them. Okay, good. I don't see anything popping up. So I say, everybody plays their part for the time they are meant to. I I love this. I love saying this. I love saying that everyone is in their role in your life for however long they are meant to, and putting emphasis on the fact that that could be 2 weeks, it could be 2 days, it could be 2 years, it could be 20 years. There's no way that you have any idea. You just don't know. You just absolutely don't know. You can meet somebody and y'all can connect and they could die. or you could die. Or they can be completely who you did not think they were. And in less than a month, you got to cut them off. Or in a few months. Or in a few years. You just never freaking know. So they're apart for the time they are. It's just amazing. You ever had like a scenario where someone that you will never see again may have come up to you and said something to you that was really meaningful and really powerful? Like one day I remember, it was only maybe not even a year out from my divorce. I don't think it was a year. And I had been arguing, actually, that I was texting and I was arguing with my ex-husband about something. And I was at the laundromat. I had the kids with me. I was overwhelmed and I had my head down and I was texting. And I must have been really, really into my text message. Whatever it was, like whatever text he sent me, it really had me. Like I was triggered and I'm gonna say this and say this. And so I was really into it. And then after I got done texting, or I can't even remember if I finished or if the lady interrupted me, but there was a lady that was in the laundromat, and I can never forget this lady. And she came up to me and she was like, "Your smile is so beautiful." And I wasn't smiling. I was mugging, like I was mad. So her saying that kind of like softened up my face, because I was like, oh, like I'm totally not doing that right now. Like I'm doing the complete opposite of smiling. And I started smiling and she was like, "You're so beautiful." And she was like, you're such a great mother. She was like, "Your children love seeing you smile." And she was like, you give them so much joy when you smile. Like she was just almost like prophesying to me. And she was just telling me just how beautiful I am as an individual. Like she was going in depth about it, and just the impact that I make on my children when I'm feeling light and happy. And it was so random. And she said something like, I know you're exhausted, but your smile just brightens up a room. And it was just like what the words that she was saying was like the perfect words that I needed right in that moment. And she just brought me to tears, and it changed my whole mood. It made me focus on the fact that I was allowing that text message to consume me, and I didn't have to, that I had a choice. And I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna be happy. Like I don't even care. And so I'm using this as an example because I know that people have this similar scenario. And when I say people are playing their role for the time that they're meant to, I mean, even down to that. When people say, "What's my purpose?" I wonder, what is my purpose? I have an old video, like 5 years ago. I have a video on my channel about this. And what I'm saying in the video, the caption is what's your purpose, or how to find your purpose. But in the video, I'm saying that you do not have one purpose. I don't know who the hell gave us this idea that you have one purpose. You don't even have one big purpose. Like no one has like this one huge big purpose. You have so many purposes. Your purposes come as much as your breath does. Like that's how many purposes you have. So a part of that lady's purpose, a part of her role in her journey, I don't know what she's doing right now. I have no idea where she's at. But a part of her journey was to give me light that day in the laundromat. And even just for those few hours or a day or whatever, on my way to here, okay, on my way, I was probably on my 5th year of my 8-year, process to coming here, to moving to Africa. And it's what I needed. It's what I needed to get by for those next few hours or that day. It's what I needed to give my kids light and healing energy instead of, sadness and anger. So everyone plays their role, just like everyone is on their own journey. And it's amazing when you think about it. Watching from Paris. Okay, Paris in the house. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I love to see where you guys are from. isn't that amazing that we are in all these different places? Even the fact that we are on different hours, but we're on the same minutes. It's really weird. I'm never like I'm never sleeping on the fact that it is 1 a.m. here now, and it's a totally different time zone in other places. Like that's always an amazing thing for me. And I've been traveling since I was a kid, like really little, and I've always been amazed. I've always been amazed about like the different grounds, like being able to be in one place and then the same day or the next day you're in another place. Like you're stepping on totally different grounds. And I've always been amazed about time, the time differences in the world. That's how I know I'm not from here. I be amazed about stupid shit. Okay. Like, wow, Earth does this. Wow, what amazing thing you guys have here. Okay. So everybody plays their part for the time they are meant to. Please remember that, guys. This is a part of the art or the law of letting go. This is this is what the title of today's show is. Also, please make sure that you thumbs up, share, subscribe if you're not, all that good stuff. So I say be excited about your new future without them and keep your eyes on the prize. Be excited about your new future without them and keep your eyes on the prize. This is important because everything here is a vibration. Everything here is a feeling. Everything here is a mood. It's what you feel. It's your vibe. That's all the same thing. So being excited, yeah, you can really program yourself. It might not be on the first day if you happen to cut this person off, or maybe not even the first week, but you can program yourself to accept it and to be excited about it. And what that's going to do is that is going to change the frequency of how you feel about it. It's going to change the frequency of your reality and thus changing your reality. So being excited about something that you totally have the choice to feel like it's the worst thing in the world and like your life is ending. You can be that dramatic if you want. It's okay. I personally like to be dramatic before I go into acceptance. Okay, it's just like a Libra thing. So I get it. But if you can come out of that, out of the dramatics, then you can really get to a point where you are teaching yourself to be excited about this because there are reasons. It's a new thing happening. Like I literally have programmed myself, and I'm not saying that I'm just a master and every time I have to cut somebody off, I'm just like, oh, whatever, whatever. But I am saying that I have programmed myself to have acceptance of every connection that I have and how that is going to end. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to be hurt by it. It's not going to be hard. I'm just saying I have programmed myself with this. And I've also been able to develop the habit of eventually, if not right away, depending on the connection, to be excited about it because I'm excited about the unknown. You can either be afraid about the unknown or you can be excited. And because the I believe the power that I have, I believe the favor that I have, I believe the protection that I have. So I just know like there's no way. There's no way I'm gonna have this connection with this person, this man or these women or whatever. And I'm going to be the one that is intentional and loving, right? Checking myself. And then it ends up where, I have to let this connection go. And then I'm just asked out. It's just like, oh, like that was my punishment for, you know, being loving. No, no, no. Like there's some lessons in there, I'm sure. But it's not like I'm always going to end up on top. And I believe that. And I don't say that humbly. I say that proudly. I say that knowingly. I say that confidently that I'm always going to end up top because I know my heart. I know the way that I move. I know the way that I move. I move like I want people to move with me. So you can develop this thing where you can start to be excited about the connections that have to end, because you know that something greater is coming. You just know that God has that favor on you. You just know that the door has closed, and then now the window is open, and the vent is open, and the whole roof is off, so you can just fly right up. That's my vibration. Like, I already know that, especially because, I mean, if I gotta cut you off, then you gotta be on some type of level. I mean, like, for me, like, if we just grown our separate ways, I'm not necessarily cutting you off, right? We just went our separate ways. But if I have to actually cut you off, that means that you are like disturbing my peace in some way. That means that it's difficult for me to move forward and focus on my prize while you are in my life, right? So then I know that, yeah, like, I just know that mean that what that translates to me is that didn't work, or that is not working anymore. Let me say that, because we always think that there's mistakes made. There's no mistakes. This is not working anymore. This is ran its course. So now something better and bigger is coming. And a lot of times you guys are asking for more, better partnerships, better friendships, more solid connections, more solid brotherhood, more healthier sisterhood. And that's actually what's taking place. When you got to let people go, it is the process of that actually taking place. And if you don't believe it, I'm sorry. That means that you just don't believe in yourself. But that's what's happening. Believe in yourself. Believe that you're deserving of that. And so, the last thing I said, and keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the prize. Where I got this from was actually the great Dr. Kaba Hiawatha Kamene, formerly known as Dr. Booker T. Coleman. He was in the Hidden Colors films. If you guys have seen him, he's the lighter skinned brother that talks about melanin. I think he had two braids in one of the ones, but he has like fine hair, and he's talking about melanin. He also talks about the Moors and stuff. So if you watch the Hidden Color films, you definitely have seen Dr. Kaba, formerly known as Dr. Booker T. Coleman. And shout out to him. He is a really good friend of mine, really solid elder. I love him so much. Crazy thing about me meeting Dr. Kaba was that I watched him come first time years ago, like 11, 12 years ago. And um, it's so crazy because he just came up on the screen, and I was like, pause it. I'm going to meet that guy, and he's going to help me homeschool the kids. That's how I met Dr. Kaba. I seen him on the screen. I had never seen him a day in my life. This is my first time ever watching this film that my mom had been begging me to watch. And then Dr. Kaba comes up on the screen, and I'm like, wait a minute, pause it real quick. I'm going to meet this dude, and he's going to help me homeschool the kids. And that's what ended up happening. To make a long story short, I ended up meeting him, and me and him became really good friends. And soon after was like the Mike Brown death, Trayvon Martin. And so that time was really new. A lot of us, at least my generation, we had not seen, we might have kind of remembered about the Rodney King beating, but we had not really seen that on camera, on TV. And so it was really like a lot for me. And I was trying to focus on getting here. It was like the first year, or really in the beginning, when I said, okay, I want to get out the country. I want to move to Africa. And so I remember, like, me and Dr. Kaba, we would talk on the phone for hours, just like throwing back philosophies and information. And he would teach me. And I was actually a student. I went to his school. I mean, online, I bought his books and attended his school and everything. And so he used to tell me, when I asked him one day, like, you've been doing this for a long time. You've been here so long. You've watched all of this go on, and how do you stand your ground and keep going forward, like living in this country and seeing this all the time? How do you stay focused on the mission? And he was just like, you have to keep your eyes on the prize. And it sounds so simple, y'all. It sounds so simple. I just told him this like 2 months ago. Like, I made it here because you gave me that. Like, those words keep your eyes on the prize, it sounds like nothing. But I don't know. For me, it was everything. And it stuck with me so hard. It stuck with me so hard to just like at my toughest times, I was just like, I'm keeping my eyes on the prize. My eyes is on the prize because they are. So that's why I put that at the end of that, because I think that as humans in life, you know, we should make that a habitual thing where you're thinking from a place of, I'm keeping my eyes on the prize. I'm going to focus on what the goal is here. Do that in so many scenarios. That you and your partner is about to argue, but you really want to get to a solution. Keep your eyes on the prize. There's a solution. That's what you want to get to. You really don't want to go back and forth. You know, so something just as simple as that to something so big. And when it comes to the art of letting go, or the law of keeping your eyes on the prize, is really caught up in the illusion of what's taking place. Like, why is this person doing this? You know, let me find out why. Let me make some subliminal Facebook or stories to try and get them to try and get me somewhere so I can figure out why this is happening. Just like, we just get caught up. That's what I'm describing. We just get caught up. And if you keep your eyes on the prize, then you won't. You won't get caught up. So my bad. I take a drink of water. So keeping your eyes on the prize is so important. I believe that everyone is on their own journey. Everyone plays their role for the time that they're meant to play it. And keeping your eyes on the prize. Those are three really good, I don't know, proverbs, you can call them, that it's really helpful if we develop them and if we teach them to our children. Really good proverbs you can write down. You can make your own proverbs. I'm really big on creating my own proverbs for my bloodline. I want them to acknowledge other proverbs as well, but my proverbs are important for my own personal journey in bloodline. So those are three really good proverbs, I think. So that's, guys. I just wanted to touch on that subject. I think it's a really good subject. I know a lot of you guys resonated this and needed this, and I'm so grateful for that. Let me know if you have any questions. And if you don't, then that is perfectly fine. Thumbs up, share this video. That super thanks button, show your girl some love. Let me know that you are here, that you love me, that you're vibing with me, that you podcast, that you want me to continue. Even let me know, let YouTube know. Let me know too, but let YouTube know. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. And it was really good. Go back and listen to some of my other episodes when you have time. I think this last episode, episode 13, was really, really good. Like, if you are a single mom, I shouldn't even, like, I try not to be like single mom, because there's single dads too. And I have a lot of that follow me, not near as much, but y'all are out there. And I really, really appreciated that episode was for single moms. And it was a single father who helped me, you know, who assisted me in navigating through that episode. I'm using assistant because he was speaking, you know, a lot, and we were kind of going, you know, kind of discussing some stuff and really thought-provoking things. So I really appreciate that, and I thought it was cool that he was a single father. But if you are single, that's a good episode. I honestly feel like a lot, like I'm in the beginning of these Earth is Cool, so I'm going to be doing repeat episodes, making them into videos, because these subjects that I'm talking about, y'all, are like fire. Okay, I did this with the utmost knowing that I really do intentionally issue needs to be talked about. I really sit down with myself and ask source, God, Yah, whatever term that you go with. I really do make sure that it's something that makes sense right now. I never get on and just be talking and just be like, oh, let me force this subject. So I think that episode was really, really good, and it's really helpful. I mean, we're out here like killing ourselves. Like, okay, wait, I don't mean that literally. I was joking. I meant we're making our lives harder than anything. And that's what the show is about. Go caring mom. It's good to find humor in a lot of stuff. And so I really appreciate you guys for coming in. Thank you. Thank you for vibing with us. Remember that doing such a job. I get off here and I see a bunch of comments. I just feel so guilty. Hey. I'm getting sick. Taking his time. I'm like, dang, I didn't want to ignore you. I'm so sorry. Let's make sure. Okay. So please tune in tomorrow with me. We should have another really good topic. And you guys, let me know what you want me to talk about. Like, let me know a personal thing that you would like to, like, if you could do one-on-one, which you can. Really soon too, but if you're not able to do one-on-one with me right now, imagine that you are. What topics that you'd like me to, questions that you have. And until next time, you guys, I love you. See y'all. Thank you for rolling with sister. Peace out. Baby, I wonder. Baby, I wonder. Late night for you. Let me take the time on you. Hesitate, no, don't you? You say you come to wish you. Just say you come to wish you.